everything is on the line. 5 VCT points.
It's huge. It's also these two teams competing to even stay within the top 10.
On a serious note, yes.
Yeah, which is just bonkers. And I know a lot has been made about that from the Sentinels' point of view, as they've just slowly slipped over the last, 6 months to a year. But for Cloud9, that has just been a plummet. I mean, some people were rating Sentinels outside of groups, wouldn't make it to playoffs. No one predicted that for Cloud9.
No.
The roster move of bringing in Curry has just flipped things completely on its head. And we'll see what's going on in this game then. We're at least going to have a lot of fun with the Jet head-to-head. Tens, Leaf in their playground. It looks like this is going to be the first battle as well in Garage.
Wall-to-wall, Garage just leaping around the corner though. Frenzy moment.
Uh-oh,
collects two.
Team Paranoia.
Yeah,
Don't
dash to the side, plays inside of the smoke. It's actually Vanity who collects that one. And the rest of his team working up all along C-Long. You can see Sentinels just caught unaware by that one. Quick little two-piece for Curry. Confidence kills, always important.
Absolutely. And getting the better of the Jet head-to-head, just putting the stamp on your opponent.
Sure.
Nah, it's me. I'm the star.
At what point did the White Claws get busted out? At what point?
You can't be asking that after round one. You simply cannot.
I don't know, Josh. My expectations I don't know what my expectations are.
I don't know what my expectations are for this game either. I don't know what the teams really are thinking for this game too. Because, in theory, there are, points on the line that could make the difference down the road. But I feel like a lot of these players have just sunk so far from what their initial expectations were at the beginning of the year that it's difficult to have that big picture approach to what's going on. I think we just take it as it goes, honestly, Brent. See where the wind takes us with this one.
That's how I approach life. Not a lot of planning ahead. One day at a time.
Curry's got the angle here with the Bulldog. Flash.
What am I eating later today? Don't know. Oh, you still want to cast the game? Okay. Sorry.
Sentinels are walking their way into B. In Cloud9. Whoop, they got him already. Another little paranoia play. Cloud9 so confident with how this composition works.
Yeah, I would have just pushed them back now. Bit of a weaker gun, still getting that plant though. And going to be getting a bit of that money now leading into this next round, unless Konpeki just pulls off some ridiculous stuff. Curry was weak. Opportunity to do some damage, but overall, a pretty clean and easy round here for Cloud9.
Yeah. Now we get to see what they've cooked up for the bonus rounds. They've got to pull out something incredible here, Brent. I want to see something nutty coming out from C9.
Yeah. 5-man push into A lobby.
They used to be really fun to watch on Haven. They've really struggled recently in the swaps. I mean, it's not just the roster swap, but like moving their entry players over to Raze and kind of fiddling around with some fade comps. It felt like they'd lost their way on Haven. And now they're returning back to this kind of composition that they
were trendsetters.
Yeah.
Honestly.
They know they are trendsetters with. I mean, it does look like there's going to be at least an early smoke, if not a paranoia coming from A short here. Vanity. No, it's just going to be a smoke, a flash into A lobby as Curry plays for the orb. Now one away from the rolling thunder.
Mitch just holding that high ground angle though. Anticipating the jump peak. Konpeki gets caught. Taken out pretty early.
That's not a good start for Sentinels. They have struggled so much this stage with getting those first kills on the attack side. And this half should really be the stoppable force against the movable object with how Sentinel's attack has been this stage and how bad Cloud9's defense has been as well.
Yeah,
but
the stats have not been kind.
Oh, they've been very poor on these halves respectively. But C9 returning now to a more, a comp that they know, a comp that they've played a lot of before. I feel like that could be changing here.
Yeah, I mean, they're off the room. Honestly, a fantastic start. The paranoia. And what was even the read off of that?
Just a gut sense.
Pure instinct. Next onto the two players. Raucus now left wondering, oh my word, what do I do here? Engage the coach brain.
30 seconds left.
I'm going to go for a little contact push. Yeah, but Zeppa's watching it. This is a dismantling, unfortunately.
And yeah, Raucus last player left standing against his Cloud9 bonus. Not ideal. Does have the spike, but only 17 seconds left. Has to try and find an opening. Not going to be happening.
Not going to happen. Yeah. Insane paranoia so far from Vanity.
I wonder if that was off the back of Leaf pushing up C. He was pushed deep into C long, and maybe just the fact that he didn't hear anything at all.
I think
at this point.
I think Vanity actually caught a glimpse of somebody there. I think he just spotted Dapper on the cross and caught him with the paranoia. Just perfect timing in terms of finding a sliver of information there to play off of.
Yeah.
But he's had 3 good paranoias in 3 rounds so far.
He's 5-1.
Yeah, 1 at Garage, which, okay, team blinded Leaf, don't worry about that. one to retake B and 1 there in short. Get this guy playing smokes more often.
I know what happens in this round. Sen going for just a honest contact push into short.
Some honest Valorant.
Yeah, honest gameplay.
Walk at him and try and shoot him.
Yeah. Just click on the heads. It's a flawless strategy, honestly.
It is if you click on all of the
If
heads.
you click on all of the heads.
Sentinels have been detected now and the reinforcements come in. Oh, cool little flash there from Leaf. He a smoke. And Zeppa's gonna mop people up.
Straight over the top. Decent amount of utility just sent straight flying, but no casualties on the side of Cloud9. They're going to be getting that prime gaming flawless, keeping all the weapons online.
Leaf threw a cloudburst there from the B connector on the rotate that landed at default box that blocks any potential for breach flashes coming through
Just
the
straight
default
through
box.
the default
Look
box.
at this! Look at this cloudburst.
Doing this again.
It's not. I mean, maybe it's designed for Zeppa to play around, but it also would block any potential breach flashes that are going through the normal place.
That is quite nice.
Cloud9 are playing like they want to decimate Sentinels.
They actually are. I came into this expecting it to be, you know, I don't know, a bit of a...
Both teams just having fun with it.
Yeah, both teams having fun with it.
But
But
C9
honestly,
are actually returning to their old defensive protocols, adding in some other cool stuff. I mean, maybe it's going to go in a different direction as we head further down the line, but for now, it really feels like Cloud9 have taken this with some level of urgency, looking to showcase that they are still a team to be respected.
Here we go. Seekers are used actually pretty early, but I think that's off the back of a noise queue, and Tens is already going to be cutting up some of the crosshair placement. Dashes into that cloudburst, wants to play around it. Beautiful flash to set him up. 2 opening kills for them. Still no one's dealing with Zeppa just off to the side. Moves Tens, and it's a complete pivot from the Sentinels players. Running all the way out of there. They realize that A is just insurmountable for the time being.
Looks like the spike's going to be going through Garage here, though, and that puts them in Mitch's hands. He's positioned a back plat ready to collect this. I thought they'd go towards B because Dapper's kind of got it to himself.
At the back of Gong now.
Oh, the spike goes all the way through Garage, back to B. All right. Creative pathing from Sentinels.
I think they were anticipating maybe just the C hit, but they took a little bit too much time there. Probably worried about the rotations, but they are set up to succeed here.
The question is whether or not Sentinels are going to give away a free pick, or Zeppa's just worked his way through into the back. Dapper's not going to expect that one.
Just walks all the way in. Just walks all the way in. Now the paranoia. Oh, okay, Vanity. Able to see too much there. Now Konpeki finds that one. Just swinging back. He knows that Zeppa is somewhere around the back of the site. Quick little dodge with a flash. Probably wouldn't have connected either way, but finds the head in the end, straight through the wall, and it's a cleanup for Sentinels and a round on the board for them.
There you go. That's what you like to see. So that saved them from having to go into an eco situation as well, because that was a potential moment there where Cloud9 could have just got off to a blistering start.
Yeah. Great opening by Tens and Shaz.
Absolutely, yeah. Just comboing together to be able to crack that one open. Tens is going to now pick up the operator on their attack side. I'm interested in this.
We're going to find out what openings was. The desk was kind of highlighting as well the importance of Tens having a good game.
Yeah, I mean, he dropped 40 in Sentinel's map win. So it's Tens drop 40 or you lose, but I don't think that pattern is perfectly fair.
No, of course not. I mean, most Jet players, most Star Jewelers players, you're getting set up to succeed most of the time. Sometimes it feels like Tens is on an island, but...
Yeah. Intense history with both the Cloud9 organization, funnily enough, and with Sentinels.
Yeah.
It has felt like that. Oh, Leaf's been spotted.
Cursed to forever be playing with friends, apparently. But yeah, Leaf going to be dashing back to safety now, straight into B.
Yeah.
Contact, retaking control maybe of A, just anticipating that it's going to be an A hit.
You saw Dapper giving a lot of respect there, though. He expected somebody from Cloud9 to be setting up and playing with Leaf. Now this Rolling Thunder's set to pop into the site. Gary has one to reply with over in the B connector.
That is going to catch onto Leaf, though, just hugging that corner. He needs a bit of help, he needs assistance.
Everyone's turned off.
Holding off to the side, yeah. That's the null command, just going to be shutting down all the abilities, and you can see Leaf was just trying to turn that flash. Kentucky going to be brought back up as well. Rare that you see that one, but back in action. Now to 5v4 for them. And Sentinels hold on. The spike down, starting to play these post plans.
And Curry's been turned off again. First by the ultimate, and then with the knife. Mitch, do they know he's flanking? It looks like Shaz is watching that kind of angle. Is Curry going to rip the thunder? Here it comes.
Yeah, now you see all that utility just being dumped straight into it. Hell being cleared out. The Cloud9 players just finding so many pickoffs. And Pecky, not a lot of health to work with, and unfortunately his position's known off the back of that flash, so removed pretty quickly.
Great retake. I mean, really good, especially considering all of the delay that was put in there by Kampeki's ultimate and the knife.
Yeah.
They knew what the timing was going to be, but the tools just aren't particularly there for Sentinels to hold off all of the players coming from all of those different directions. Love the timing as well from Mitch.
That's what I mean.
Doesn't go too fast in A lobby.
Takes A lobby, he's just holding the angle, and as soon as he gets that pick off, a bit of chaos injected, that's when the hit starts to come through. You can see this.
Yeah, really nice. What a great pick as well. Jumping up on top of the box. No problems whatsoever. And I like this setup. I like Mitch being the main AWPer for C9 because it frees up Leaf to have a rifle in his hands the majority of the time. And he's just so good in that situation.
You want to play? Let's play.
They've been pushing C long a lot. Not necessarily to flank. And it's a fake teleport there from Raucus that should make Mitch a little cautious about someone on the other side.
Yeah, worried about
Vanity
it.
clears it.
It's being held. I'm not sure if he fully cleared it, but the angle's still there. Dapper, total force. Does he expect the second player just moving around the corner? Vanity!
What a bonkers peek from Vanity.
Oh my goodness.
Just crab walking onto the angle, but it's such an unexpected position. He finds the pick.
Crosshair placement wasn't quite there. Dash enabled. Now, Sen just trying to engage into this one, but Tens again, he's kind of left alone. There's not much
Utility.
to work off of.
Helpers? Traders?
No one on his team sending anything in to help him. He just kind of dashed in. But Raucus sends out that paranoia. The players, though, from Cloud9, they're anchoring it straight from Log Zepper. Absolute menace. 3-piece for him to shut down once more any attempts from Sentinels.
And Zeppa's been on fire so far. Zeppa had an unbelievable performance against EG to open on week 1. And then since the roster change for Cloud9, and I'm not saying this is because of Curry, but it's just because it takes a while to integrate a new team member, figure out the roles. I mean, they're trying to figure out new comps at that period of time as well. There was so much change that actually Zeppa and Leaf looked like they had a massive drop in form. Maybe now just going back to kind of comfort territory.
Sure.
They're looking explosive again.
And also another week to just, I mean...
Sure.
They're messing around with the roles. They've only just settled back onto Curry playing the initiators. It does take time. It's an important factor. Josh, we've been scrimming recently. Dude, listen, no shade to Vance, because it's hard. He's been flexing a lot. But I think I've been flashed more by our team than the enemy. It's a hard role to engage.
You can't be taking this opportunity to just blast your colleague.
Dude, but listen, it's a hard role to play. I'm using it in relation to this. I'm telling you, listen, I got a lot of respect to Curry. It's a hard role.
Yeah.
It's a hard role.
Yeah.
And also Vance, I apologize for just. I mean, listen, that was out of pocket.
It really was.
I didn't mean to roast you there on broadcast. Listen,
really was.
I didn't play well yesterday. Listen, I didn't play well yesterday, Vance.
And Mitch has been forced off the angle here as Sentinels take an early loss and look to just power their way through A. Last time this happened, it was not particularly successful, but Mitch is going to miss one of his shots. Unfortunately, Vanity doesn't get caught the first time around for Sentinels, and he's just able to clean things up.
Yep. Prime game and flawless.
And like I said earlier, I mean, potentially this match, Brent, could end up being very frustrating if we see Cloud9 playing how we wish they had been playing all stage.
Sure.
And they demonstrate it when the next time we'll see Cloud9 is at LCQ.
No, you say
That could be
frustrating. I mean, it is to a degree.
Hopeful to their fan base, but frustrating in some element because of what could have been over the course of stage 2.
No, I agree with you completely. But the year, at the end of the day, isn't over.
That's true.
It's not over.
The year's not over for either of these teams, as long as certain outcomes happen.
What a statement to utter. The year isn't over. We're in the middle of 2022. Like, dude, we're getting paid for this.
But my point being, Brent, that Sentinels are actually in a really rough position for their...
Of course they are.
For their year.
The LCQ chances, or just the...
Their LCQ chances overall. I mean, if they end up losing this game, then they are in a situation where they have to hope that Ghost bomb out of playoffs.
Yeah.
Ghost are currently looking like a nasty team. I mean, they've got the 2nd seed in Group A, so things are not looking good for the Sentinels fans, the Sentinels players in terms of their host of 2022. But honestly, at the end of the day, the Valorant scene is going to be shifting seismically heading into 2023.
That's true.
So the focus for a lot of these players is going to be over there as you head later throughout the year. Okay, rifles back in hands for Sentinels, though. Another opportunity to showcase what they're made of. 10's entry in, it worked for the 1 round that they've got on the board. Raucus finds a player deep in back gone.
He's up again. Has to dash to the side though to avoid the eye of Cloud9 as they're already playing this fast retake, just pushing them away. Still Dapper. He opens it up once more, trying to play in that connector area, but they're not expecting the Cloud9 players. Mitch from the back. Bottom mid, taking out the players, swarming them. Dapper with 3 in the round, but he is the last one remaining.
He would have to ace this one to be able to clutch it up. He has been nasty in the clutch at times in his career. It was something he was so known for
and
at the peak of Sentinels. It looks like he doesn't quite realize they're both coming from the B connector.
That was just the flash. He does know the Zephyrs there. Expects Mitch, but catches him out as he hit a footstep. Now he knows the positioning. Goes for it. Hunter in play! Dapper, you've got to be joking.
What a performance from Dapper. A resurgence, an ace. How many aces have we seen so far this week?
Someone in the air.
Okay, wasn't quite a 1v5. We'll work on that later.
I'll take it, though. I'll take it. The Sentinel social media team will take it.
They
That's
will
going on
indeed.
TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, Dapper's, I think, as well, in terms of individual players on Sentinels, definitely getting glimpses of him playing with something to prove. I think.
I mean, certainly in Stage 2, especially in that qualifier run, but throughout Stage 2 as well, actually been in good form.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been enough for Sentinels to get the wins on the column. And that was a sloppy hit of the B2A connector that Dapper saved as well. So, is it replicable? Can you ask Dapper to ace every round? Probably not. They're just contacting up right now off the back of him holding. And there's another early death for TenZ.
Believe just swinging into it. Catches the players. TenZ was just trying to walk up the rest of his team. This time, though, the disrespect being shown by Sentinels. You need that. I think the confidence to just try and scale and take the site. They are just being slowed down, bogged down by all the utility that's just being sent flying at them with the paranoia, the aftershock. Curry collecting that one. Still Dapper to the force. 17 health. Now left in the 1v1. Once more, being asked to clutch it up for his team. Spike is not down. It's not favorable in terms of the situation. Zephyr working with quite a lot more.
Dapper has so much time to work with here, but as soon as he taps the spike, he gives away that he's not flanking, not pushing, not going for the kill on Zephyr. So Zephyr's perfectly happy to wait at top garage right now. Wait for that plant.
Cautiously.
The more time that Dapper takes away, the more likely it is that he sticks the plant rather than going for a fake that draws Zephyr into a sightline. Only 15 seconds left.
Time being bled down now. 12 seconds, that is going to be the spike down. And he's aiming exactly where he needs to be, but Zephyr gets the shot off first. He was so low that a single bullet was going to do the job. The disrespect being shown there. But it is the round secured for Cloud9.
Little bit of disrespect, sure. It's not quite the knife battle that we had in the Sentinels Optic game.
Not quite.
I mean, maybe we see one of those later on. But yeah, that was another opportunity for Dapper to save the team. He'd already used his tour de force to pick up a bunch of kills, or a couple of kills at least, in backside there. So, having a large impact. But these sight hits are very uncoordinated from Sentinels. Kind of more of the same of what we've seen from them all stage. Where TenZ's entry in isn't really comboed with their flashes. They don't have that same punch as they get into the site.
Yeah.
TenZ going for kind of like an updraft through C long instead of dashing into a smoke and popping out of it with a flash, you know, standard stuff that you'd expect. See if they can get in position this time to exchange the Rolling Thunders. We saw one of the big rounds that ended in an A retake where that happened. He's gonna go for something crazy here. They're spamming the smoke. Yeah, hasn't taken too much damage from it though.
A flash to push outside of it. I think that might be what he's looking for. No, he just goes straight out. No utility to supplement it, but he didn't. I think well, he actually did hand over a rifle. I'm pretty sure that was picked up by Kampeki. Now the rotation. Dapper, slowly but surely gaining some space onto the A side of things.
Yeah, doing a great job. This is a few times now that Dapper's found his way deep into a back of a site, but he oversteps himself a little bit. He already had the A site secured, but he wants to try and find a pick. Still a 4v4 situation, or it was, you know, when Dapper decided to go for that push.
Konpeki going to be using that no command just to push them back, trying to buy a bit of time for the rest of his team to do anything, honestly.
Very early on, but this now means that Curry's going to use his Rolling Thunder at a predictable time to retake, and Shaz has his own to counter. The key player here, though, could be Zephyr on a flank.
Rolling Thunder sent out, counter one as well from Shaz.
And here comes Zephyr.
Yep, trading it 1-for-1, but Zephyr, that's what you're talking about. Coming off onto the side of the flank, headhunter from Mitch as well. Straight into the head of Tens. Flash into short, they knew where Shaz was just from the direction of that Rolling Thunder earlier. Again, a clean retake from Cloud9. They've been so good when it comes to these A retakes.
And one of my big questions for this match was, what's going to happen when Cloud9's defense goes up against Sentinel's attack? Because they've both been really weak. And honestly, a bigger question for Stage 2, what happened to Cloud9's defensive sides?
Yeah.
Because in Stage 1, they were the best defense side team. And Stage 2, they've been like 11th. You know, barely cracking into the top 10 in any metric when it comes to their defense. But this is looking solid. They have the ability to go and help each other. They're thinking about the ultimates that are online. They're flood rotating well. And they're absolutely crushing Sentinels currently.
Yeah, looking very well drilled at the moment. And it's another contact play from Sen. Final round and a half, so the weapons that they're working with, not exactly ideal, but they make a bit of noise, they pre-fire a couple of angles, and that's going to give away the game. But the players are just ready and waiting. Ain't long though, still being held, and Shaz, who's the only one holding it down. Players just trying to swarm, but they line up right for the crossfire. Cloud9, they shut that one down on the final round of that half. The Prime Gaming flawless. That's going to be a 10-2 half. And Josh, it's not looking good, is it? Well, I mean,
it's not looking good if you're a Sentinels fan. It's looking great if you're hoping that Cloud9 can make a resurgence towards the end of the year.
Yeah, maybe that says more about my subconscious that I'm a Sentinels fan, that I let in with that one anyway. With that being said, we're going to go to a short break on the other side of things. The second half of this series, don't go anywhere.
So much history with these two teams in North America, but they haven't played each other in over a year. The last time they played, Sentinels won 2-1 against a Cloud9 roster that had Poise and Floppy on it. Do you remember Poise, Bran?
I know where this is going.
Do you remember Poise?
No. There's a gap in my knowledge when it comes to this. I don't think it existed.
It definitely
I don't think
did.
that era of Valorant existed.
It definitely did.
When did this happen?
This was before Cloud9 made their roster moves to have this full team. They were running the Jet
But
Star.
after tens.
After after
So
tens.
in between tens and the... Dude, that didn't exist. That did not exist. I refuse to believe it.
You can add us with the hashtag VCT NA if you remember Poise and Floppy being on the Cloud9. You remember that era?
No.
Sentinels trying to fend off here a B to C take on the pistol round as Cloud9 barrel their way through B, push their way through the connector, over to C, dodge your paranoia, and they're in. Well, that was creative.
Yeah, creative is the word to use there. That was just a little bit of a swing, missing the shot though, and now this pistol round is completely heated up. Ten's left alone. Curry, okay. Finds that pick off. Ten's fully blinded up, and yeah, the players of Sentinels just crumbling. I think the chaos that was injected into that round, honestly, difficult to deal with, I think.
That's like an old Vision Strikers pistol round that they've taken, and that pathing always catches the defenders off guard. But there's so many things that can go wrong with it as well. Cloud9 are playing with a tad of whimsy and no mercy in this.
That's what it feels like.
And this is Sentinel's map pick. It's also been Sentinel's best map recently too on Haven. And Cloud9 are obliterating them. So this might indicate where the series is going as we head on to Ascent and potentially Icebox coming afterwards. Sentinels forced to make some kind of force buy, but it's not looking good. Tens would have to be popping heads with the Marshal.
They're going to need to see some shots rattled off on the side of Sentinels. Nice little body shot there onto Leaf early on, but he's going to get healed up momentarily.
Still means he's one shot, though, in the future.
Yeah, one more body shot of that Marshal. There you go, stun okay being utilized. Cloud9 just trying to push off that angle. They know, of course, the Sentinels are probably going to be forcing into this one, especially now that they Taking shots from the Marshals. Dog's going to get broken. Still space slowly being gained.
Oh,
dodge the
Kampeki
knife.
was thinking about coming over to the A side, just throws the knife and goes back over to C, trying to make the read. The Cloud9 would go back after that.
Yeah, couple of shots.
Unfortunately, not correct. And this execute looking very coordinated. The flashes timed well with Leaf's dive into the site. Gets onto a position where they can play post plants, playing the cross with Curry. They've got Vanity to swing at default.
Sentinels now left to play this full retake. Aftershock, pushing them away. That was actually just to prevent the players from just trying to engage into this one, and they are all crumbling. With the one-way setup, they can't even push through the choke point.
I've got to respect the attempt from TenZ, though. With a Marshal in his hand, he dashes from heaven onto a stunned Vanity at default, looking for the no-scope headshot kill. I mean, look at this from TenZ in heaven. Dashes across, Marshal in hand, boom! Oh, unlucky.
Straight in.
And unfortunately, not quite going to work there.
Yep.
Definitely feels like Sentinels have got their fill of the whimsy today. Gonna force again here, obviously. Final round potentially, as Cloud9, Bulldogs in hand, look towards a 13-2 finish. An evisceration of Sentinels to begin this.
Gonna need a miracle. And someone a bit more than that, I think. Cloud9 just looking like they are larger in charge when it comes to this map in this series. And this is Sentinel's map pick. Heading over to Ascend next. Just weighing it out. Bit of patience and respect being shown, I think. Cloud9 realizing that obviously with the weaker buy of Sen, more risks might be taken. They might be trying to push out a certain area of the map, but as they wait, eventually something gives, and it is Dapper just trying to take that swing. Holding close, tends to the short. He doesn't get the pick. In fact, the paranoia just cutting across the site. The fully blinded Raucus was no match for it. Leaf on 6 health, but it might not even matter. The cleanup is there. Shaz left alone. It's a 1v4. This is going to be match or map point for Cloud9. Even a Seeker's committed. Seeing that respect shown. Stunned up. So weak. The dog! Oh! Oh my god!
Not the dog.
Not the dog.
Not the dog
Not
to
the
finish it. Not the dog. Well,